So, King Henry, why were you so determined to have a son?
Well, that was simply in order to keep the Tudors in power in England.
Indeed. And would you consider yourself a womanizer?
No, I would not consider myself a womanizer, because I entered some very advantageous marriages with Spain and Germany.
What do you think the English people would have to say about your many suitors over the course of your life?
One of my first acts as king was reducing the tax level that had been imposed by my father when he was king. I also legitimized the Protestant Revolution, which would change the face of England forever.
What would you say is your greatest accomplishment?
I think people would agree that my greatest accomplishment was leading the English Reformation, creating the Anglican Church.
And what is so significant about this Anglican Church?
The most important difference is that we do not recognize the Pope as the supreme leader of the Church, but instead we recognize the English King as the supreme leader of the Church and state.
What do you think you did to improve England as a country during your reign as king?
I think that they would understand why I needed to have a son to ensure the royal lineage of the Tudors to maintain our power.
What were some of your political accomplishments?
Well, along with being the King of England, I was also accorded with being the King of Ireland in 1541. My Act of Appeals aided the constitutional development of England as well. And also, the Union of England and Wales was legally accomplished by Parliament in 1536 and 1543, which gave England a very strong ally in Wales.
What were a few of your military accomplishments?
I mounted the biggest invasion of France since King Henry V. I also increased the English Navy from 5 ships to over 60 ships. I was successful in many wars, including the sieges of Therouanne and Tournai, and the Battle of Guinegate.
Name a few of your personal goals that you've achieved over the course of your life.
Well, I am a keen musician and composed many famous works, including Greensleeves and Hélas Madame. Also, when I was a young lad, I was a fine horseman, and I excelled at the joust.
Last question, Mr. Henry. What would you say were some of your greatest defeats or failures during your lifetime?
That would likely have to be when England invaded France, but we soon had to abandon our attempts as their forces were far stronger than ours.